The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
And that's the name of the game we're playing today. I'm Rusty, of course. Thank you for joining me.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottree Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
Why, thank you.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
That's very nice of you. I wonder if you might have an ulterior motive. What was that foreshadowing? Right, so we are off. We've got 2 pieces of evidence in our folder down here to look at. Now, this isn't really how you start researching a family tree. We'd know these people already. So we just got to put them in the tree. And then we'd use civil records to put together their family relationships. So you start by interviewing the relatives, establish the familial relationships, find their births, marriages, deaths, and as you go further back, you open up more types of records. So you might find school records, military records, hospital records, census, institutions, prison, there's army, there's I think I might have mentioned that one. Dozens of different types of records you can use. But this game is skipping that. We're presuming all of that work has been done by our client, and they've summarized it all for us, and then we're putting it all together with secondary sources and corroborating the research that they've already done using secondary sources or even tertiary sources. Let's have a look at our first piece of evidence. Now, I'm going to try and discipline myself not to record too much of this game at one go, so if anyone wants to play along and pick this up on Steam, you won't have too many spoilers to handle in one video. Just enough to get you past a difficult puzzle, perhaps. Let's see what we've got. Right, I'm going to look at this one first. There we go. Yes, it is going to manage to make it up to the desktop. A list of names. Okay, that's what we're going to be working with. I'll use the arrow, it will take us to the next one. We can read through this. That'll give us some clues that we need to start off with. We can't scroll, but what we can do is examine the photo more closely, get a good look at the girls here. There are some clues in the picture that help us place who is who, but we need to first establish what the clues are. And we can see the differences between them in the picture, but in order to put them into the spots on the tree, we need to connect the clues, like this one's got earrings and the other two haven't. They've got different types of tops on, that kind of thing. Even they have the same eye colour, so we haven't gone that far. They could have had different eye colours. They could have liked different lipsticks, something like that. So we're starting here. Now, I'm going to do something that's going to trigger an achievement if you try it. And that is, I'm going to select something I want to search. Let's start at the top, shall we? I'm going to highlight this first and put it in. How much do I need, I wonder? I think that'll be enough. I'm going to put it in my notebook. Is there anything else I need in here? I don't think so. I think that's all we need from this particular source. So we don't need an extra note, that'll do. We have two things we can search, Roottrees sisters and got milk. So we'll do got milk first, shall we? And you'll see what the achievement is. Why? No, you won't. I did it before. And how I did it. Did I do it from my notebook, perhaps? I think I might have. We're doing... No, this goes to copy. How did I do it? Maybe it's because I've already done the achievement. If I was able to go to search... without switching the computer on, it would give me an achievement. You can read this. It won't let us highlight any of those search terms, they're locked. Let's switch the internet on. Right, now will it let me do it? Yes. So this is what it did the first time, before you get the achievement. And then you can click spider search and it'll say, oh, you haven't connected to the internet yet, and you get an achievement. But I've already done it, so it didn't work. Right, so what do we have? Okay, so here is what they are. And this is who they work for. Obviously, we know who the candy company are from the news brief. So if I highlight all of that, we have the pertinent part of that report there is now saved in our notebook. So we see a reference to the Roottrees sisters we haven't searched yet from note 1. So we will search that next. And this is a clue to the sisters themselves, which order they are. So let's put that in there. It's easy to do paragraphs and try and make notes about each individual person. So we know who their dad is already, I think. And now we know who their mum is. And who's that company is something we can search in a bit. And there's a couple of clues to pin which girl is which. So if I highlight all of that as well, we've got all of that saved. We won't need to come back to this page again. Right, so that's our first page of clues done. I'm going to save the video here, and we'll continue with the next set of clues here in the next video, which we've only got one search term really, haven't we? Yeah, and then we can put the information in that we've just learned after we've searched that, because we'll be down to here. Right, so I'll see you then. It will only be a moment for me, but it might be a little bit longer for you. Goodbye.